Hello everybody, my name is Marlo and welcome to a very Christmassy episode in the survival world here. At the time this video goes out, Christmas is only 2 days away, so I have my Christmas skin on, we got the snowman jumper, my black mask is now red, and of course the Santa hat. So I am now ready to make a very festive episode for you guys. My first thought for what to do with today's episode was to Christmasify my world, put up some decorations, maybe have some snowmen walking around, some Christmas lights, that sort of thing. And whilst that sounds like a fun idea, you know what's not fun? Taking down Christmas decorations. It's a good old time putting them up, but when it comes to getting rid of them, that's not really too fun. So I want to build something today that's a little more permanent. So we are going to be building an entire village from scratch, and it's definitely not going to be the same size as this one right here. It's actually a lot smaller and meant for smaller individuals, shall we say. We are going to be building an elf village, and not like the one in my Techtopia series if you happen to watch that. We're going to be building a village for Christmas elves, and this over here is actually the location where we're going to be building it. There appear to be some inhabitants already living here though, but as long as I don't get between her and her cub, things should be okay between us, so I'll make sure I stay out of her way. But yeah, this right here is the location we're building in. It's probably a good 2,000 blocks away, but I scoured long and far for a spot that was in a snowy biome because, you know, snow is Christmassy, right? And I also wanted somewhat of a flat surface, but kind of enclosed and not too big of an area. This one right here is perfect. As I said, this is going to be a very small village compared to some of the other builds I've done when it comes to villages in the past, but the first thing we need to do, of course, is make some buildings, and I'm thinking we do maybe 4 or 5 small homes for our elves, and then one slightly larger build that can maybe be a town hall. Now, I have not really prepped any of this. I've got an idea of what I want some of the buildings to look like, but they're going to be quite basic compared to my usual building style, and a bit more simpler. So if this is the first video of mine you've watched, my builds are probably a lot more detailed than this usually, and this is very much so off the cuff. I'm doing this all on the fly without any planning beforehand, which if you know me at all, is very unlike what I usually do. There we go, we have 5 Christmas homes all built up for our elves, as well as a slightly larger building here at the very back, which is going to be the town hall, or something similar. Haven't decided just yet, but as I said, these buildings are very basic and they are very undetailed at the moment. I literally brought with me dark oak, spruce, white terracotta, glass panes, and then a little bit of brick with me. Everything else that is more on detailed side of things is left back at home, which I need to go and gather up now. I've also just been setting up another portal over there to get back to the base, just so it's a bit of a quicker journey. So I think I'm going to head home, gather up some supplies to decorate the outside of these a little bit more, and also do the interiors, because right now they're empty. And then I think we're also going to build the centerpiece to our village here, which is going to be a great big Christmas tree. Our Christmas tree is definitely missing some features. Presents for one, yes, but also some decorations, Christmas lights, tinsel, baubles, and a tree topper to go on the very highest leaf up there. All of that we're going to add in later on. But before we head in and check out all of the buildings on the inside, I just want to say I didn't honestly do an awful lot with the exterior of the buildings. I basically just added in some lanterns and filled out the flower beds and a couple more things like this barrel stack round the back. We're going to once again be doing some more stuff later when we put on a certain resource pack. But for right now, let me head inside all of these buildings and just show you them very briefly. There's not a whole lot going on because obviously we do have very limited space. But all of them either have green or red carpet and then an alternate bed color, either green or red, because those are, well, Christmas colors, of course. But yeah, not an awful lot going on in here. This one only has 9 spaces on the floor, so it's super cramped, super cozy, but I do really quite like it. And then this final house round the back here has a furry friend inside. As you can see, there's a wolf. There was just one kind of walking around the snow here, so I got some bones, tamed him up, and he now sits under this table desk thingy. And when we do eventually move some elves in place, quote unquote elves, they're going to be like the same size as this guy. So in comparison to his elf, not humans, elf owners, that's the right word, you're gonna be massive, which is kind of funny. But yeah, tame the wolf and put him inside, because why not, right? And then finally, the town hall here is very basic indeed. We just have some pews and then a lectern at the front for the speaker to stand at. So the next thing we are going to be doing is adding in some pathways and also an entranceway, which I'm thinking can go right here somewhere. This is kind of like a nice open spot leading into our very tiny village. But yeah, just going to have a very small pathway going all the way around the Christmas tree and leading off to all of the homes. I'm thinking we also add in some maybe candy canes along there and just a few other accoutrements around this place to make it a bit more detailed and feel a bit more full of life. And I may also go on a end raiding trip to get some choker boxes, because I want to add in some coloured choker boxes there. And currently I have like 1 spare choker box to my name, so I may have to do that off camera. It is now a crisp and frosty morning here in the tundra, but it has been snowing all night long, which is actually really good because I needed all of the snow layers to settle on top of the grass here, and any that the snow didn't get, my little pumpkin guy over there helped me out with the rest of them. I was just harvesting him for his snow layers. You know how that works. Then you can place these guys down, which is cool. I need to actually replace them though to get it nice and smooth. But there we go. Let me show you what I have done, because we now have quite a bit of stuff going on here in the village. So to begin with, we have our pathway leading all the way up to the entrance over there. I think I may just leave this ice river as it is instead of turning it into a proper ice rink, because I think they should just be able to skate along the natural ice. I think that's pretty cool as it is. So this is where the pathway starts, and as you can see, actually you can't see, you may just be able to see there is string on top of all of the path blocks here, just so the snow doesn't actually settle on top. But this right here is our village entranceway, something pretty basic, but I think it works quite well. And then the pathway just goes all the way around to all of the homes and all the way around the tree, as you can see, which now has presents underneath, which is pretty cool. And we also have these candy canes here, which are quite large, yes, but I can't really get them any smaller, but this is simply just red concrete and then smooth quartz with the stairs at the top there. I think that looks pretty good, so we've got 5 of them dotted around our village, and then there were a couple of extra open spaces which just looked like it was missing something, and I didn't just want to have a blank piece of snow, right? So we got a miniature well over here for miniature people, of course, and then we have some table and chairs over in this little spot, which is pretty big. I mean, it's almost too big for me, and the elves are going to be like half of my size, so this is a bit of a large table, but I can't really get it any smaller. At least I didn't know how to anyway. Maybe I should have just used slabs. Maybe I'll do that. But yeah, I think that is it. Oh yeah, with the exception of this thing over here. This is meant to be like a classic British red letterbox, right? Red post box. Now, I don't really know why the post box would be here, because the letters would be being sent here, right, to Santa, of course, who we're just going to imagine lives here. Maybe next year we can build his workshop. Don't have time for it today, unfortunately. But yeah, I don't really know how that works, but I think it looks cool regardless. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the main building. We now have only a couple things left to do, and one of which is going to be move all of our elves in. And I thought it would be really cool if the elves living in this village could be you guys. So I have asked on my Discord server for some of your in-game names, and pretty much what we're going to do here, if I just open up the command box and type in that command, this basically is going to give me any player head as long as I actually have the name. So if I just do mine here, which is it's Marlow, of course, and then do that, you can see I now have my head, which if we just find somewhere to place down that isn't going to ruin the snow, you can see is my current Christmassy skin at the moment. So basically, I'm going to collect together all of your names that actually want to be a part of this, and then I'm going to give myself all of the different player heads, and then make you into miniature elves. Is that not the most adorable thing you have ever seen? He looks super cute over there outside the town hall. So in case you're wondering how I got the armor stand to look like this and be that small and pose in that way, we are using the data pack called the statues one that's used on Hermitcraft quite a lot. Most of you will probably be familiar, but yeah, you can kind of mess around with them and do tons of different stuff. There are so many different options here, it's kind of tedious, but allows for you to do really cool things. So of course, here we have me outside of the town hall pointing up at something, maybe the top of the Christmas tree perhaps, I'm not really sure, and then we have all of the rest of you guys. Now, the first thing I'll say is, if some of these skins are wrong, then I do apologize. Obviously, I don't know what your skins look like, so I can't really tell if it's correct or not. And also, if any of you asked me to put your skin in the world and gave me your username and you don't see it here, that's because you asked after I'm recording this clip. I will be sure to go around and add in everybody who wants to be a part of this, but you may not be in the video. I'll try to record the next episode over here though, so I can show you all in place if there are any more people. But yeah, let's go around and check out some of these peeps. So first of all, we have Pluto here, just making his way on into the village. And then we have Dragon Roar, who is exiting his house over here. And then just at the well, we have BD6000, who's very precariously holding his water bucket that he's just filled up. And then over here next to the post box, we have my personal favorite, which is Gary, who is reaching and doing his very, very best to deposit his letter into the post box, but he just can't quite reach. He's even balancing on one leg and everything. And then I think the last three are over here. So we have Leah, who is depositing her present under the Christmas tree. And then finally, we have Siggy Ward and Mr. Passion, who are exchanging gifts over here on the benches. I think that's everyone. Again, apologies if that is an incorrect skin or you don't see yourself right now. You will be here eventually, but aren't these just the cutest thing in the world? I absolutely love them. I think they're so adorable. Anyway, we are now ready to move on to the final step that will complete our village here. Part of it is going to include putting on a certain resource pack that is gonna uber Christmasify the village here and make it super duper festive. But basically, I'm gonna hang up some Christmas decorations and just try and finalize our build behind us here. Which is what I did after waiting a couple of days so I could let everybody who wanted to be a part of this tell me their name. So there's a few more elves around the village now. How amazing does this look? The Aurora Borealis in Minecraft. Some of you may already know this, but in case you don't, I have a huge infatuation with the Northern Lights. I always have, and at the very start of this year, I went all the way up to Norway to visit Tromsø in order to see the wonderful Northern Lights and the Aurora sweeping through across the skies like you're seeing here. And I was lucky enough to get a glimpse of it, not quite flourishing like they are here in Minecraft. Not that they really cover the entire night sky like you're seeing here, but it's okay. But yeah, ever since then, my just love for the Northern Lights has been multiplied by 1,000,000, and I can't get enough of them. And seeing them here in Minecraft, it's just amazing. I absolutely love this. It's obviously a thing with shaders, and the shader pack I'm using is BSL, so if you want to get your hands on some Northern Lights action in Minecraft, that's where you need to go. Two of the new elves in our Christmas village here are Toasterman and Nathan over here having an ice skating session on the river, doing some wonderful poses. Truly impressive ice skaters, these guys. But let me go and show you all of the other new peeps we have. So we'll just walk on through to the village here and we'll get on to the resource pack in just 1 second. But before we do, this is Fox and Calm with her candy cane, aka sugar cane, just nibbling that, walking down the street. I think that's a really nice little pose there. And then the final two over here are Visani and JT Bear in the midst of a snowball fight. Hiding behind the candy canes here. Visani's got a shield. JT Bear's going for the sneak attack. I think it is a really fun scene, that one right there. But yeah, let's talk texture pack now, shall we? So I'm going to leave a link to this Christmas pack in the description if you want to get hands on it for yourself. Everything you can see here that looks unusual is really just regular Minecraft items. So like these Christmas lights that I've hung up going from each of the sugar canes and on the house or at the town hall and stretching across the entranceway, they're just iron bars, that's it. But yeah, I'm not going to show you what this place looks like without the resource pack on, because I can pretty much guarantee it would ruin the Christmas vibe, which obviously we don't really want. But yeah, all of our chests and shulker boxes now have become actual presents. Our Christmas tree is filled with lights and also has a tree topper up the top there, which is actually a beacon, which I think looks really nice. And like all of the flowers are snowy and everything. There's wreaths on all of the doors, and this right here is a peony. Hence why it's kind of like flowing in the wind, how all of the flowers do when you have shaders on. But yeah, just a nice little snowman, which I think is really cool. But something else I did do in all of the houses was just place a cookie here in an item frame, aka a gingerbread man that's maybe being left out for Santa or just for a snack. I don't really know how it's working with Santa, where he is fitting into this place. But yeah, that right there is a finished village. The only thing I really have to do is just get rid of my little setup over there, but it's kind of out of the way anyway. It doesn't really matter too much. But yeah, I really hope you guys like this place because I absolutely love it. I think it turned out really quite cute and cozy. So that, everybody, is going to be it for this episode. I really hope you did enjoy watching, and of course have a very Merry Christmas. And if you don't celebrate the holidays, well, I hope you are feeling happy and have a wonderful Friday. But thank you guys so much for watching. Really hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next episode, which will most likely be next year in 2021. So I will see you then. Thanks for watching. Have a Merry Christmas. Bye for now.